Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing an old school get ready with me. So I'm actually heading out. I'm going to the club, which sounds so weird. I decided to go full out glam, and I have been hearing you guys loud and clear. You guys want more tutorials, so I decided to sit down and film myself getting ready. This is like my go-to glam when I want to do shimmer on my eyes. So I'm gonna show you how I do my hair, which is really simple. I literally just like straighten the top portion, but I did film myself doing that, and I'm gonna be showing you guys my outfits of the night. Now that I have this really pretty mirror set up, I can show you guys my outfit easier without anyone having to film me. And if you've ever watched any of my tutorials, you know that I use a ton of products. Some of them I just wanted to play with tonight because I'm doing a full glam, so you'll notice I use like 2 different blushes and different highlights. So I hope that doesn't bother you. Of course, you don't have to use as many products as I'm using. It's really more for the look, for the technique. And I wanted to share what perfume I'm wearing tonight. And I'm wearing Balenciaga Flora Botanica because it's one of my favorites. It's spicy, sexy, and just so delicious. So that's what I'm wearing tonight, with a little bit of Baccarat because you already know that's my favorite. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So we are getting started with moisturizing our face, and I'm using the Sunday Riley CO cream, and I've been loving applying my moisturizer with a brush lately. And then I jumped into doing my brows, and I'm using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown per usual. This is my favorite color. I'm just taking my time so I'm not over drawing them. And then I went ahead and concealed them with the Nars Soft Matte Concealer in Custard with a Dose of Colors concealer brush. I'll have everything listed down below, as well as all of the brushes that I'm using. So I went ahead and just blended that out, and then I used a primer, which I normally don't, but this is the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, like a throwback, but I just feel like being extra this day. And then I went ahead and set my lids with a little bit of the Mercier loose translucent setting powder so that the shadows go on nice and smooth. I always go in with the Melt Cosmetics Dark Matter Stack first. I love using this blur shade. I'm using a Mirabella blending brush, but this is like my perfect transition color, and it just helps all of the other shadows go on so effortlessly. I'm obsessed. And then the Natasha Denona Biba palette. This is like my most used palette, period, sis. And I'm using Freckle with a Smith Cosmetics 247 brush, and I'm just applying that to my crease, and I'm just making sure that everything is blended by going in back with that blur shade. So just kind of going between the 2 brushes. And then I'm using the 2 Cozzette eyeshadows that I have in this little palette, custom palette. I'm using the shade Bliss and Citrine. One is a gold and one is just like a lighter gold, and I kind of just wanted to mix them. And then I did my wing liner with the Physicians Formula liner. Here I'm just kind of testing out 2 different lashes from Tati Lashes, just seeing which one I liked best. But I ended up going with TL7, and while that glue is drying, I went ahead and tight lined. So just using the MAC Feline Eye Pencil, and I'm just kind of deepening my crease just a little bit with a little bit of Freckle and Cocoa from the Biba palette. So like I said, I went in with the Tati Lashes TL7, and I'm using 2 primers because I'm extra AF. So I'm using the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer, which really helps the makeup last, and then the Benefit Porefessional for my larger pores. And since I wanted my makeup to last all night, I went in my trusty Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I'm actually applying it with a brush, which I really like. This is the Morphe G40 brush, highly recommend, and yeah, it just went on really nicely, especially for the smaller areas of my face. The brush is perfect, but I am using a damp beauty blender to just press it in and give it a nice smooth finish. For concealers, first I went in with Tarte Shape Tape in light neutral, a little bit of Dose of Colors light medium underneath my eyes. And for the bridge of my nose, I always use the Nars Custard Concealer. I use so many different concealers, and I'll tell you why. So the Tarte Shape Tape and the Dose of Colors are full coverage and really like thick. So I love those for underneath my eyes because you guys know I love a full coverage bright under eye. So I don't use those on my nose. That's where the Nars one comes in. The Nars one is nice and thin, and it doesn't get cakey. I tend to get cakey in that area, so that's why I'm using 3 concealers. For setting my under eye and pretty much my whole face, I'm using the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder with my favorite beauty blender, Power Pocket Puff. Is that what it's called? I love this little thing. It's amazing. You need to get it. And then I went in with a little bit of Anastasia brow powder. I was using chocolate and I think auburn just over my brows just to give it like a fuller look. And then I went ahead and contoured. I'm first using MAC Dark Golden with a Refer number 18 brush. Then I went in with the Dior Contour Palette. Love, this gave me more definition. And for bronzer, I'm using the MAC Give Me Sun with another refer brush. This one is number 04. Love, love, love these refer brushes. They're amazing. For underneath my eyes, I went in with the Melt Cosmetics Dark Matter Stack again, but you can use any matte brown shade. And then I'm kind of like pressing that loose powder in with a Kat Von D brush. I don't want to just like push the product away. I kind of want to press it in so that it doesn't get dry. And to contour my nose, I'm using Bobbi Brown Golden Light with a Rougher number 2 brush. This is my new favorite brush for contouring my nose. I can get away with just using one brush for my nose contour, which I love. And for blush, I'm using MAC Peaches and Honey Jasmine with a Rougher number 4 brush. I just went ahead and sprayed myself with Morphe Continuous Setting Spray before doing my highlight. So I'm using a mixture of the Makeup Forever Profusion number 2 and the Dior Backstage Glow palette, just the golden shade. So I applied that to my cheeks, my nose, my Cupid's bow, as well as my brow bone. I like to use a precise brush for my nose. And I wanted my inner corner to be a matte white, so I'm using this matte white shadow from MAC. And then I use the same Feline pencil from MAC in my waterline. And then I did want a little bit of brown underneath my eyes, so I went in with that Dior contour shade underneath the eyes with a refer brush. I did double bake, which I do like to do. I like to bake before and after my nose contour to really snatch it. And for my hair, super simple. I'm using a Bioionic 10 times flat iron from Sephora. You could also get it at Ulta. I didn't really separate my hair in any which way. I'm really just flat ironing and like smoothing out the top, but I do like to kind of curl the end so that it's not just like flat at the end. I don't know, it just gives a little more movement and it looks like I got a blowout. So I kind of curl the hair inward with a flat iron. Highly recommend this flat iron. And then for my lips, I'm using MAC Cork Lip Liner. I did want something like a deeper brown, so that's why I'm using Cork, which I do love. And then for my lipstick, I swore I was using MAC Honey Love, but I'm actually using MAC The Right Note, and I am applying that with a Smith Cosmetics brush, just to be more precise. It's a number 302 brush. And yeah, I just felt like being real extra this night. So I did go in with MAC Myth on top just because the Right Note I don't think is available anymore. But you can use obviously any nude. You know I love my nudes. But I did top it off with a little bit of a pinky gloss. This is Fenty Fussy, which y'all know is my fave. I'm testing out this Pat McGrath under eye powder in light. I wanted to see if it gave me flashback, which it didn't so far. And I'm using a Real Techniques brush. And this really smoothed out my under eye. It made it look very, very, very flawless in person. So love, love, love that. But I think I do want to get the medium shade. I set my brows with some clear brow gel and applied my lower lash mascara, MAC Extended Play, like always. And I wanted a little bit of a yellow tint to my under eyes. So I'm using the Alamar Brighten and Bronze in the shade I'm Woke from the medium palette, just underneath my eyes. And then their Colorete Blush Trio in the Fair Lights, just because I want a little more peachiness to my cheeks. I filled in my hairline so that it matches my face. And then this Makeup Forever setting spray played me. Like, it literally kept like spitting at me, but I did really like how it made my makeup look. It felt like super snatched. It's a mattifying setting spray. And then I applied some black eyeshadow underneath my eyes to really smoke it out. And then I changed. And so now we're gonna go ahead and jump into the outfit portion of the video. So here is my outfit of the night. I have on this little black dress from Zara. I actually got it a while ago. I love that it's long sleeve but still like a mini dress. I just love how shorter dresses look on me because I'm only 5 feet, so the shorter the dress, the taller I look. Don't be fooled, I'm only 5 feet. It does come with this belt. I did keep it on, although I'm not really crazy about the belt, just because I don't like if the belt hoops are bare. Like, it looks like it's missing a belt. I need to get more belts for my waist when I'm wearing dresses, because yeah, I'm not really crazy about this, but it'll do. It cinches the waist and it gives it a little bit more shape. Another great thing about this dress, besides it being super warm and really figure flattering, is that it has pockets, which is amazing because I love, love, love anything with pockets. For my purse, I'm just wearing my Saint Laurent clutch. I think it's called the Wallet on Chain. I've had this purse for a minute and it's still going strong. I love the black on black, the black hardware, because you guys know my favorite color is black, especially when it comes to clothes and accessories. It's actually empty right now, but it does hold quite a bit. Although I don't bring much with me, just some lip gloss, a powder, my money, and my keys. Sometimes a battery pack will even fit in here if I stuff it in. And for my shoes, these are my go-to boots. I literally wear them all the time. They're from Steve Madden. I can stand for hours in these. I can run. Not that I'm gonna be running, but they're just super, super comfortable. At first I was gonna wear clear sandal heels, but it is like 24 degrees outside and I'm crazy for even wearing a dress, but I figured maybe some boots would just help me out in the cold. I ended up buying the Schutz ones, if you guys saw my haul, which are like a more expensive version of these, and they were so uncomfortable. So Steve Madden for the win. They have a super chunky heel, so they do make a lot of noise when you're walking, but I don't mind it. For accessories, I don't really have much on. I just have my studs on, which I always wear, and then this gorgeous bracelet. It's actually not focusing, but look at how it shines. It is gorgeous. This is from Sunday Energy, and it's from my girl Melissa Flores' line. I am obsessed. Look at how shiny it looks. So I'm gonna head out because my ride is downstairs, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.